welcome to another reaction review video with me, Nina Schofield, singer-songwriter, vocal coach and session musician, and we're back to listen to a new album by The WEEKND. I'm so happy that he has released new music. I feel like he is just on another level at the moment, and every single song that he's been releasing recently has been amazing, so I couldn't be more excited to be listening to Dawn FM. I think we should just get stuck in straight away, listen to the music, lyrics, just pick up as much as we possibly can, and I hope it's good. Okay, here we go, starting with the song, Dawn FM. Ooh, sounds like birds. Very spacey, the synth choices, lovely synth bubbling underneath. Listen to the octave layers as well. Oh, into the major resolve. Very nice.
You are now listening to 103.5 Dawn FM.
Jim Carrey.
We'll be there to hold your hand and guide you through this painless transition.
Didn't realise that there would be an actual radio segue. Love that. Okay, so a really interesting introduction to our album. I feel like he's setting the scene for this heavy synth, space agey, 80s influenced soundscape. And I'm all for it. I am all for it. Okay, Gasoline. I didn't even listen properly to the lyrics in that, but it was just kind of an introduction, welcome to this universe that The WEEKND is creating kind of track. Similar kinds of sounds really to our intro. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. Almost sounds like it's been hit once and the echo of it is our rhythmic pattern. Ooh, dark chords. Dark, dark. Hello, The WEEKND, is that you? That sounds incredibly different to the vocal delivery that we are used to from him. I like that, especially the beat beat, the kind of throwaway approach to that lyric. Can you hear the layers of the synthy version of his vocal on top of his normal vocal? That's an interesting drop. Breathe, or something like that. Breathe, breathe. Yeah, I think it was that. That's showcasing his vocal agility in a slightly different way. So much is going on within the rhythmic part of this. Sheets. That's what it is. That's surely not just him. Is that just him? Wait, let me... If that's just The WEEKND, I thought it would tell me if there was someone on the track with him. Yeah, I think it is just him. But I'm just looking on genius.com and people are saying that voice came right out of left field and I was not expecting those vocals, and it's so true. Neither was I. Oh. So many interesting layers here. I think the detail is in the percussive elements of this song. So we have this relentless beat from start to finish, but then there's just added extra elements as we move through it. So the odd kind of vocalized one, like a chee, things like that are just in there, but not forever. So you'd be forgiven for mistaking them for something else. I don't know. Interesting. How do I make you love me? Well, that is the question. I'd like to see you try. Unpacking thoughts through tunnels in your I like the push chords. Release yourself to escape reality. Now there, release yourself to escape reality. You can hear that as a layer on top, which is nice. And the vocals here, the approach is quite breathy, particularly in that top layer, but even his vocal, the lead, is a little bit softer. There, did it? That that little vocal, or da-da-da-da, I don't know. But it was great. I like that because it just adds to the rhythmical texture. Oh, I like this. Oh, Want Me. And the bass, dum, 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 it's almost going down this more dark, I don't know, it makes me think of Halloween. That's what I feel when I listen to a lot of The Weeknd's recent songs, is Halloween. You released the album at the wrong time of year, but it's that boom, 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 boom. Something about that bass, the selection, the sound selection is so dark and spooky. Great song. Ooh, that break. What? We're just getting these glimpses of the synths. More of these elements of percussion that he's using within his own vocal. Interesting actually, because the next song is Take My Breath, and there's a lot of this going on, and we go straight into Take My Breath. It all makes sense now, and this is our more dark disco. That's what I'm going for The Weeknd's new sound, dark disco. Woo! When that comes in, boo, underneath, that just gives this song a support system. The movement of the bass in this is key. The break and then coming back in there, that is so clever because it keeps you on the edge of your seat for a second, and then we're back in. It's like a release basically. Okay, so that is so cool because we have the affected vocal, but again it becomes part of the soundscape rather than being the lead vocal, and I think that's a massive theme within this record now that we've heard a few tracks, is the emphasis on sounds that can be made, I want to say bodily sounds, but that sounds terrible, but you know what I mean, like when you can go things like that, that becomes part of the percussive soundscape of this whole album. And I think that's interesting because we're seeing a different side of The Weeknd. He's exploring new things, even though he's continuing this theme of dark synthy pop. It's almost like a shuffle. So good, so good. Whoa, totally different vibe all of a sudden. And there you had that the open hi-hat, and then his vocal comes in, it really emphasizes that. That's nice. I almost feel like I'm gonna make a prediction, because the tail end of that vocal was like, no, almost going up. So is this going to go into a type thing? Maybe. Okay, so same kind of vibe with the chord changes, really nice chord patterns that make sense, but he just throws in the odd chord here and there that makes you go, ooh. But I like the interweaving vocals again, so oh, sacrifice, that repetition, not repeated, that repetition. Oh, I hope it goes, doesn't mean this is bad, I just in my head was like, okay, we're gonna have this huge sacrifice, I don't know, but yeah. That's that affected vocal delivery. Try to, this kind of headier vocal where he's really pushing it back into the throat. See there? Ooh, I like the end of that phrase. But now we've got a little bit more of a lifted vocal, and it reminds me a bit of Make It Last Forever, babe. Yeah, continuing a theme. Oh, straight in. Sometimes it's hard to know where one track finishes and the other track begins.
Man, if you weren't raised, you don't know how to raise, you know? But I did to do the best I could. And
oh, listen to that bass. Da, 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 da. So good.
I will never forget watching my mother.
Ooh.
It bled into my relationships with family.
Out of time. Okay, so we're going a little bit more soulful now. Sorry if I start singing. Sorry.
So much trauma in my life.
There's so much trauma in my life. Not holding back with these lyrics, kind of giving us a real personal insight into his state of mind. Nice, smooth. And now we've got that vocal layering against the super soft top vocal. Even the lower vocal is super smooth. Oh, that's like a slow version of Take My Breath. That was a super direct vocal. It's taking me back to the Jacksons era. Out of time.
You are out of time.
Reminding us we're still in this concept.
Here's 30 minutes of easy listening, Dawn FM.
I really like this theme. Oh. When he said smooth, he meant smooth because those harmonies were tight. Ooh, the way that bass moved. Da, 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 da. I really like that as a melody, but what I really like most is the surrounding harmony layers. This whole thing is about this almost one note melody, and yet the bass is moving so dramatically. I like how we've moved into a completely different vibe. We had the one note almost melody thing going on and the emphasis on the bass. And now this vocal has just expanded magnificently. The contrast between their vocal tones. You hear that underneath? The bass, I can't get over the bass. Almost getting a bass solo, but I want it to go mad live. I'm sorry, I know that was in reference to our radio theme, but that little segment was some of my favourite music from this whole record. Do a whole song like that, I loved it. Best Friends. Toxic Love, Tore Us Apart. Okay, so we're straight on our theme here. Can you hear that? The muffled vocal underneath as well. Oh, Friends No More. Huh. Okay, so this is a relationship that has crossed a certain line, shall we say. Oh no. There's a lot of this surrounding backing vocals that just, I want to say backing vocals, it's just the interweaving vocals that come in here and there and add an extra layer that I really like. Yes, love that. Oh, and it goes off, and that kick drum into this. Very good. Yes, what a vibe. This is super tight, it has that lazy feel. Because I used to be the one that was lying. Okay, so there's a bit of a progression in his personality. The bass there, I don't want to, kind of matches up with his vocal. That vocal is so good. Oof, cuts through that synth, doesn't it? Ooh. How that came in there on the bass. Bass is my favourite thing in this record. That's that quick vibrato. Need. I can't even do it. That synth is continuing. And we're holding the tension with the synth underneath. Reverse vocal. Woo, straight in there. That synth is like hitting us. Oh, mic check 1 2.
If I cried out, would you hear me?
See, that sounds like a choir of angels. Very angelic.
Among the angels' order. Technically and visually stunning.
Stunning.
A compelling work of science fiction.
I like how we moved from that lovely, peaceful, but personal piece, too many P words, into this commercial for it.
4. That's one.
4. I like this element of humour within a record that's so dark. Also, all we need now is that little disclaimer part at the end of this song where it speaks really quickly and all of the bits that they don't want you to hear but they have to say are included.
4.
You know the bits.
4. Now.
Oh. The synths are a little shorter. We're used to these big sweeping ones, but now it's like bum, bum. Destiny. I'm really interested in how he's approaching just even certain words that he sings in this record. He's really just approaching everything in such a different way. And there, don't let me down. Just, I mean, that was a bit of an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. He's really going for these phrases in a totally different way. Don't do it anymore. Oh, that synth is interesting. Interesting into that, and then beginning to this one. Oh, was that a whispered vocal? And there's a slight gap in the music as he was singing that phrase. Too good to be true. Oh, and the slight raise there. See, Lil Wayne still with that melodic kind of rap, but it's interesting to me that The Weeknd chooses artists to collaborate with on this record anyway that have such different tones to him, vocal tones to him, so you have that real contrast between his tonality and theirs. His voice is so much softer in a way. Listen to that bass. Woo! All the details, it's all in the details. Only 2 tracks left, Less Than Zero and Phantom Regret by Jim. What's this going to be like? Oh! Guitar? Oh, a little bit more majory in the major vibes. Couldn't face you with my darkest truth at all. So suddenly we're in a different vibe, I think, again, a little less dark. Hey. So now the vocals are so like a wall in the background. You know, a lot of the synths within this record are pushed forward, and so that is another theme of this, not just the bass and a lot of the vocal sounds that are made. I don't know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. There are several themes, and one of them is that sometimes we have this wall of sound within the vocals that feels just like it's part of the soundscape and not a lead. I like hearing just the acoustic guitar. Oh. A little bit of double tracking there as well, I think. Right, our final track. Bit of a laser effect there.
Now that all future plans have been postponed, and how many grudges did you take to your grave?
I like that we're supposed to have kind of gone through a flashback of our lives almost within this record, but captured within a radio show. I don't know, the whole concept of it is really interesting.
Heaven's for those who let go of regret.
Heaven is for those who let go of regret. As in, you could live heaven on earth if you chose.
Knows life is chaos, but he made one thing true. Boogaloo.
I love this. I love this, that it's all about healing the soul and the transition from a certain way of viewing life into another. It's all about how you see things, the perception. You've got to be heaven.
To see heaven.
Yeah. Back to that bird sound, which is like, I get it now, a bit like the Adam and Eve story, I guess, with the sound of the birds, nature, back to that. And a drop of water. Yeah, the creation of life. Great. Yeah, great songs, but tied up in a really interesting theme as well. And so in that, he's really thought about this body of work and put something out to us that not only makes sense as a whole musically, but you can take away a deeper meaning from the whole body of work as well. I don't even know if I could choose a favourite song because it all just works together. It feels like one of those albums that you don't want to take separate songs out of and listen to randomly. You want to listen to the whole thing. You want to sit down and soak the whole thing in one go. I enjoyed that. Let me know what you thought in the comments box down below. What are your favourite songs from this record? If you had to pick some that you listened to aside from the whole thing, what would they be? Let me know. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please do hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, become part of our family here. And you can of course find me on Twitter and Instagram at Nina_Schofield, and all the links to my various services and my own music are in the description box down below. I'll see you very soon. Love ya. Bye.